As Americans, we enjoy the freedom of our nation thanks to the brave men and women who serve to protect it. War memorials have been created in their honor, however, many veterans are unable to visit them. A nonprofit organization, the Honor Flight Network, remedies this situation by transporting U.S. military veterans to see these memorials at no cost to them.
We was running low on gas. We got out over the channel and he said, bail out. I didn't have time to do nothing. I passed out.
It was something that I will never forget, being at one of these Honor Flight welcome homes. I had no idea what to expect either, and just the swell of patriotism that was happening amongst everyone that was there, and there was every age. There was every kind of person and walk of life represented there, and they were all together there for one purpose, to say thank you. Now, how long have you been married?
Tomorrow will be 64 years.
Happy anniversary. Tomorrow.
Thank
64 years. So you've been in service to her longer than you've been in service to the military.
Yes.
Although each of her restaurant concepts are completely unique, they all share a commitment to go local and a strong sense of community.
Chef Weta Michael is committed to creating community. She creates community in the neighborhood where she's building a new restaurant. She creates community among local chefs by mentoring them and helping them succeed. She creates community with area farmers and producers by predominantly using their products in her cuisine. And this sense of community is what customers have grown to love and expect at each one of her restaurants.
I'm here today with Weta Michael, and she is the owner of the Weta Michael family of restaurants. I mean, there are so many, right?
Yeah, we've got a growing family.
You do.
We've got a big family at this point.
You have 5. There's Holly Hill Inn, Wallace Station, Smithtown, and Midway Bakery.
That's right.
And we're here at Windy Corner.
And we're here at Windy Corner. This is our sweet spot in the bluegrass right here. It really is.
Well, what I love about all of your restaurants is there seems to be a common theme of community. You're offering everything from breakfast, like 7 a.m. in the morning, all the way through to your dessert, in the evening.
Yes.
So you can really come here anytime, and that's something that not all restaurants do.
That's true, and that's a hard lesson that I learned in business, and that if you're going to be open, you better be open.
With Valentine's Day just around the corner, there's one thing on everyone's mind. No, not love, chocolate. Today we tour Ruth Hunt to visit this famous Kentucky candy company.
This family of workers is dedicated to keeping the legacy of Ruth Hunt alive. As a matter of fact, some workers have been here for decades and even knew Ruth and her daughter Emily personally. They take great satisfaction in knowing that they're still making candies the way Ruth Hunt intended.
After seeing and sampling much of the confections here at the Ruth Hunt Candy Company, I can honestly say this would be a sweet spot in anyone's day, no matter what day of the week it is. Make sure and add it to your local travelers list.
Rainforests only cover a small part of the Earth's surface, and yet they're home to over half the species of animals and plants in the world. A rainforest is a tall, dense jungle with a high amount of annual rainfall and a hot and humid climate. Rainforests are located in Central America, the Amazon, Africa, Southern Asia, and many islands in the Pacific Ocean.
You might think you have to visit an exotic locale to see animals from the rainforest, but if you happen to be in the heart of the Smoky Mountains in East Tennessee, well, you're in luck.
You'll love it. If you take it up long, just go right back to this park. The reason why we're doing the flipping this side is because
If you're looking for a trip down memory lane complete with a nostalgic 1950s diner, then you've come to the right place.
Complete with poodle skirts, a jukebox, and a checkered floor, the diner in Sevierville, Tennessee is the place for classic food and flair.
We also have a half pounder, and we'll double any of those burgers if anybody wants to.
Oh my
the patty.
goodness. That sounds like a different show. What is that, man versus
it
food
is.
or whatever?
It can be.
I'm here with Amy Green, and she's the director and curator at the Healy Whitney Museum here in Lexington. Thanks for having us out today.
Oh, thanks for coming.
This is really such a beautiful area. I mean, it's so kind of quaintly tucked here in the rolling hills and horse farms. Tell me a little bit about the property. One of my favorite kinds of art is the wearable kind, and they even have some of that too. Make sure and add Kentucky Folk Art Center to your local travelers list.
Well, I appeared on Guy's Grocery Games and tried out for the next Food Network Star, made a certain round where they had me come back and do the demonstrations, and then I've had Alton Brown in here, so in our diner. It's been amazing.
Well, yeah. Well, the one thing I loved reading about with Guy Fieri was that he was jealous of your hair.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he kept commenting about my hair, you know. I mean, he's got great taste. So.
Yeah, what can you say? That's right. And then Alton Brown, I loved that he said the nachos were like, he's never done crack before, but if he had, he assumed it would be something like that.
Right, right. I about died over that comment, but.
Well, I know when I saw that come across my feed, my Facebook feed, I was like, man, I'm getting those nachos. I mean, it made you hungry for nachos.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But you guys do so many great things here, and part of that is the local foods that you use. They had breakfast and they said, I gotta just come back for lunch.
And then they come back. Yeah.
It is like crack.
It is. It is. In a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah.
In a very
this
good.
This won't put you in jail.
That's right. Well, Alton Brown was right. These nachos are insanely addictive. If you're looking for locally inspired comfort foods with a gourmet twist, then you need to check out the Lexington Diner. Make sure and add it to your local travelers list.
Hi, I'm Dave Shuffett.
And I'm Amy Hess. We're here at the Fraser History Museum in downtown Louisville in search of Kentucky's best antiques and collectibles.
It's interesting to see you on this side of the room,
I know,
right?
It's kind of exciting to be on this side.
I'm sure that it would be. So you brought something in. We might look at an auction estimate, considering the story behind it, of something in the $4,000 to $6,000 range.
Really?
And, yeah, well, I add a little bit because I think the story is nice, and they met him. They bought it directly from him.
Right.
And that's important in the provenance of the object.
Well, that's
pretty cool.
Seriously exciting because they only spent $15 for it. So
there you go.
I think I'm going to have them start doing my investments for me.
That's right.
They know how to pick a winner.
You have a capital gains problem. That's right.
That's
at $15. It's very nice. Thanks for bringing it.
Oh, thank you so much. Hi, and welcome to Kentucky Collectibles. I'm your host, Amy Hess. We're back at the Fraser History Museum in downtown Louisville, where people have once again brought their treasures in hopes of finding out if they're worth a fortune. We'll share their stories and more coming up next on Kentucky Collectibles.
That is about $100. So.
Well, even though the price tag may not be high on these items, just the story and the sentimental value really makes them priceless for your family.
It really does. I had promised our grandson, Patrick, that he could have the oil lamp. I always teased him and said it was like a magic, lamp.
Yeah.
And so today I told him that we were coming over here. I said, you may be a millionaire. You never know. It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
No.
But the memories.
Absolutely.
Millions of dollars worth of memories.
Absolutely. Yeah. So.
Well, we really appreciate you coming today and sharing these with us. That the ornament is so beautiful, and I know it's German.
It is.
It's German.
It is.
My name's Hess, and I am wearing the same color. I'm thinking maybe
we could arrange a trade
or something. It's beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
The Governor's Mansion, the official residence of the people of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, is often referred to as the People's House. First Lady, thank you so much for having us here, and welcome to Kentucky Collectibles.
Thank you, Amy. I'm delighted to have you here, and delighted that your audience will have a chance to get to know the Governor's Mansion a little better.
Well, that's the wonderful thing. Each room has its own feel and has its own collection of collectibles and antiques and stories that go with them. And one room actually has some chairs in it that I know you were a big part of implementing.
Well, as a part of the Mansion Centennial, I wanted every county to be a part.
If these walls could talk, they would tell you that a few of these rooms have entertained dignitaries such as Theodore Roosevelt, Andrew Jackson, King Louis Philippe of France, and Kentucky's own Henry Clay. Hi, I'm Amy Hess, host and producer here at KET. I'm also a mother to 2 young boys, and they love watching KET. And I trust that what they're watching is nonviolent, always educational, and always commercial-free. Whether it's Curious George, Odd Squad, or Wildcrats, I know that they're being entertained and educated in such a safe and loving environment. We timed our visit to Hazard just right. In the heart of the Appalachian coal fields in eastern Kentucky, the mountains that surround Hazard were filled with beautiful fall color. Sunshine was abundant for me to walk the bustling downtown streets and take in a few of the favorite stops. Visitors can get hands-on with all kinds of activities, including a special exhibit relating coal mining to space exploration. A blast for kids and adults alike.
Now we're moving.
Hayesville's always been one of my favorite places to spend the day. I like to shop for antiques, enjoy lunch downtown, and of course, pick up a delicious transparent pie from McGee's Bakery. But until a few weeks ago, I'd never been to the Kentucky Gateway Museum Center, and I can't believe all the little things that I'd missed. Siblings Kelly and Paul Bishop come from a long line of cooks and have both their mother and grandmother to thank for their culinary influence. The pair's love of cooking was encouraged, and today they have their very own bakery because of it. Did I mention that they also serve Italian gelato? The machine to make this heavenly treat was another gift from Mom, and it's been quite popular here. Sometimes moms really do know best. No matter where in the world you travel, it's a good bet that when you tell people you're from Kentucky, they'll ask if you've ever been to the Kentucky Derby. The beautiful horses, the sentimental chorus of My Old Kentucky Home, and oh yes, those famous mint juleps. They're all a part of the Kentucky Derby experience that's familiar to people around the world. Thanks for letting us be a part of your Derby experience. We'll see you next time here on Kentucky Life. Let's
Have
do
a good
it.
time.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Be careful.
Bye-bye. Okay.